What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Pushman Mitch, man. We just came to the vault. You already know what time it is. It's my episode. I'm about to take over the game. What I did was I just went down there and I built relationships. I found the best way to make relationships is becoming a customer.
Whoa.
Now I can go get me a Wraith. I can go get me anything, a McLaren, whatever. Yeah. So now I know how to do it. Let me get another one. Yo. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. So then, I'm just telling y'all step by step how I learned to play.
Y'all not taking notes, y'all bugging. You bugging.
Right. Yeah. And this is real. Like when I speak, I only speak from experience. I don't speak hearsay. So look, we trade that one in for tier 2 to 70,000, and now we going lamb chop. Now we going that, right? This is at the beginning. I'm telling you how step by step. I'm telling you step by step how I learned how to do it all via business credit, right? I'm giving y'all the bars right now.
You giving big bars.
Pay attention and listen, we about to teach class. Inside the vault, my man Ash Cash. So get your man right. Thursday nights, 8 p.m. you see him to change your life. Millionaire mindset, the best on earth. Blueprint, the wealth, the knowledge network. So get it while you can, and he's standing right here. Just come inside the vault and see black millionaires. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Come inside the vault and see black millionaires. Oh yeah, oh yeah. You won't ask cash, you can catch it right here in the vault.
All right, so welcome to another awesome episode of Inside the Vault with Ash Cash. Listen, our next guest has given a new meaning to having drive. He is the king of exotics. He is the guy who's going to help you be able to turn your asset or your liability into an asset. It's my man, my guy, Pushman Mitch. What's up, my brother?
What's happening,
What's going on? What's going on?
Glad to be here, bro. This is crazy.
Yo.
Never seen that. Like, I don't think I've ever been inside a vault before.
Look, inside the vault, like literally and figuratively, because inside the vault, we want to get inside your mindset. It's weird, man. Like, I've been a fan of yours for a very long time. Watching what you're doing. A lot of people who don't, if they watch with an envious eye, right, you're gonna miss the bars. For sure. You're gonna miss the gems. You're gonna miss the lives that you're saving. You're gonna miss a lot of it if you watch with an envious eye. But you are the king of exotic cars. But before we even get there, for those who don't know, who is Pushman Mitch?
All right, so I'm Pushman Mitch. I'm originally from Philly. Yes. Now I'm from Atlanta now. You here for more than 3 years. If you know how to get through the streets, you're from Atlanta. Right. So I'm from Atlanta too, but I got one of the biggest rental car agencies in Atlanta. I got actually ties in Houston, LA, and Miami. So I'm able to get that much reach, get that much clientele, and generate 6 figures of income just through rental cars a month. So I teach people how to do that too. So that's the coolest thing about it. I was able to learn a trade that was something that I literally started just to pay a high car note and was able to change my whole family dynamic, my whole generational, the wealth gap in my family, change everybody's mindset in my family. And now I get to teach people in their households how to do the same thing. And that's crazy. So that's what I'm on.
Yeah. And so take us back, man. Like, take us back to young Pushman, right? Like tell me your story, right? Because I think for me, one of the most intriguing things, or what I love about this show, is that we're able to tap in deep into the background, right? Because somebody might see you in the Lambo, they might see you in the Wraith, they might see you in the G-Wagon, and they might just think you're stunting. They might think like, yo, this dude, he always had it. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
And so I want to know, that the genesis, like who was Pushman before the Wraith, before the G-Wagon, before the Lambo?
That's true. That's a good question too, because people see me now. I've even been in I was in a dealership, just to cut that story. It was like I was in a dealership getting a car or selling a car with my brother. Yeah. And the girl who was helping us, she was like, I can tell y'all came from privilege. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. That's a good thing to me, because that means I don't look like what I've been through. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So long story short, I'm from Southwest Philly. I grew up there. All of my family on my mom's side is there. My dad is still there now. But long story short, we came from the roaches in the kitchen. You know what I mean? Yeah. The first 5 houses that I lived in had roaches. When you hit the kitchen lights, they scatter. That's what I was used to. And it's crazy. When I used to tell that story to people, like I was laughing, like, oh yeah, man, you know how it is when you cut the kitchen lights on, the roach scatter, and everybody just be quiet. They're like, they don't know what I'm talking about. But then I had to realize that was normal from what we was from, and not to them. So it's a little bit different. But that's what I came from. I don't come from a family of wealth. I don't come from a family of entrepreneurs, of high income earners. Period. Just we're victims of our proximity. So anybody who's around us is what we learn and what we know. So how I can look at things and analyze things now, I can see why things are the way they are, and why my family's the way they are, why they treat each other the way that is because of what we're brought up like.
Yeah.
So long story short, that's how I was brought up around, and luckily something was wrong with me to where it didn't affect me that way, and I got lucky. So the reason why I'm not a victim of my environment, because the people who I was following today, they're not in a position where I would want to be. You feel what I'm saying? The reason I got lucky, my mom married my stepdad, who was in the military. So he luckily moved us around. So we got to go live in all different type of places. We got to go live and go see how other people live, go live in different suburbs on different military bases. So I got to see a whole different life. Like I could see outside of Philly. And then we went back. So we went back, and it was crazy. So it was like a culture shock for me, but that switched my mindset.
Because you cannot see it.
Yeah, so now my mindset is thinking differently. It's thinking outside of what I already knew. Outside of the roaches thing, outside of the fighting every day when you walk into school, you know, out of that public transportation. None of the people driving in my household. We just riding the train. We riding the MARTA. I mean, not the MARTA, we riding the L, you know what I'm saying? So we ride SEPTA in Philly. So we ride SEPTA, the L train, all that to get where we gotta go. Nobody, my idols, my cousins that I grew up idolizing, they still riding bus and all that only. They don't have no driver's license. So I basically just got lucky. I got lucky of my circumstance. So that's, you know, life is circumstantial. Yeah. And then we can choose to do what we do with the circumstance. So circumstantially, my stepdad was in the military. He got us traveling around. It changed my mindset. That didn't change my financials, but it changed my mindset to think differently. So that's how I grew up. And then I grew up as a hooper too. So I played ball. That's my life had nothing to do with being an entrepreneur, not working a job. I never thought about working a job ever, ever. Yeah. I was going to play ball. My dad's 7 foot, so I'm going to be tall. When I get all taller, my ball skills going to get up. I'm going to the league. That's it. Only people I knew who had money was hoopers, rappers, drug dealers. I wanted to be a hooper because my dad was tall. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So that's how I grew up hooping. I played ball all through school. When I was in Philly, I had bad grades because they'll skip you up anyway, even if you got bad grades or not. So I didn't care about doing schoolwork. I would just draw pictures all day after school or hoop. And then, you know, I moved to Georgia. It's the first time, South Georgia. So I was living in a spot called Hinesville, Georgia, right? And this is when I first see how people, you know, the family supporting their kids, traveling out of town to the basketball games. I never seen nothing like that before. My mom just worked out. My mom a hard worker. She work all day. She come to the games when she can. She gonna pipe up, but that's rare, bro. My dad never been to a game. You feel what I'm saying? So they go out of town. They get a bus for the fans to go out of town just to go watch the kids play. It was something I never seen. So long story short, they told me if you don't got good grades, you can't even play ball down here. So I had to get good grades. Me and my brother, we was like, look, man, we got to get good grades hoop because we got to go to college. We got to go to the league. So we did that. We became like, you know, very, very good hoopers. My brother was nominated for a McDonald's All-American. Me, I got to go to Gardner-Webb University, play ball, lost a scholarship, got my back blown out. Never, like I went to go play overseas in Europe. Back went out over there, so clearly my body wasn't built for this. But I was trying to push it and make it make sense and keep hooping. But that wasn't my destiny. So my destiny was to do something else. So all I knew was hooping. I never knew entrepreneurship. So when I came back and I decided to move to Atlanta, when my mom was here, I was like, I guess I just got to start working. So I started working, and I worked every 9 to 5 you could ever imagine. I worked at Crystal's, I worked at Applebee's, I worked at, I was at women's shoe sales in Dillard's. I did Microsoft uninstall tech at Randstad. I worked at every warehouse, Kellogg's warehouse. I did that for one day, but it was crazy. I couldn't believe people do that every day. But either way, I did all of that, all to land into law enforcement. Bro, I was working in a jail. So it was like I was in jail. And they got something called mandatory voluntary overtime. To where you got to sign up for 2 days.
Mandatory voluntary?
Yeah, like they make you.
What in the?
Yeah, they make you sign up for 2 days where they can make you stay for another shift in jail. And after a certain point in time, they make you like, if you're a seasoned officer, they make you work in the mental health pods. And that's where you work dominantly because you've been there for more than a year. So you be in there every night. Wow. You know, it was crazy. So it do a lot of mental wear and tear to you, long story short. But that was my last 9 to 5. And because my life took me there, though, is the reason why I am who I am today, though. Because me going there made me go to meet someone that was gonna change my life. Wow. Right? So my chief, he's big on all of us, like getting education on finances, budgeting, life insurance, stuff like that. We don't care about that. We don't know what it is. It's not taught in our households. It's something that like is not common in our culture, right? It's fair to say, right? So when I was hearing about it, I could care less about it. Like, okay, yeah, life insurance, okay, whatever. Whatever the company gives me, I'll take it. It was life insurance. That's how I thought about it at the time. So luckily, he forced us to go to a budgeting meeting, right? So when he forced us, I'm like, man, I'm rather go get to my shift, my station where I gotta go be at, right? Versus going to this budgeting meeting. But little do I know, this dude walk in the room, old school cat, man. He like maybe in his 50s, got big gold rings on, you know, nice big gold rollie on. I don't know nothing about watches. Nothing about watches, don't care about them. This dude come in there and the first question he asks is, all right, everybody, what's going on in the stock market today? Nobody raised their hand. He was like, if I was in a room full of millionaires, everybody's hand would have been raised. Caught me right there. I'm listening to you now. Now, I don't know why. It's just, it was his delivery, it's how he looked, and I caught him. So this is what taught me what I know today about becoming a messenger to give a message to somebody. Because if you're not in a position, why would somebody listen to you?
Oh, big bar.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I know this now. But at the time, I was just receiver. I was a receiver of the message. So either way, long story short, this dude started talking about credit. He started talking about his son, how he's able to go get whatever car he wants, and I'm helping him get it. He's about to get his home, and I'm about to help him. He's talking big numbers, the houses, and I'm like, what? I can't even, when I apply for an apartment, they apply, they let me get in the red. I got to put down a month when I pull up. So I'm like, I need to tap in with this guy. And I got, like, at this time, I got horrible credit. I'm talking about 400s, bro. Like, not even trying to fix it, not even trying to pull a report. I just got bad credit. So, you know, like a lot of us think, oh, when our credit is messed up, there's nowhere to fix it because it's bad.
Absolutely.
So we don't do nothing to change it, right? But clearly we know that's not correct.
Absolutely.
You can always repair, recycle, and reuse credit. But, you know, that comes with education. So long story short, this dude talks about that. So after the meeting, I go to him and I say, man, look, man, this is what my credit look like, man. They not approving me for credit cards. They're not approving me for cars. They're not approving me for nothing. Man, what can I do? This is what I got. He told me exactly what to do, literally. And I followed what he said. Exactly. And it worked exactly like he said. So that right there led me to start being inquisitive about credit. So then I started learning all the things about credit and how to manipulate it and how to make it go up and all of that. And that, you know, that alongside of a Steve Harvey commercial telling me to jump and quit my job. Man, I quit, man, like a mug, man. I hit the street and I just bet on myself. And after that, my life changed for the better. I had a high car note. I'm driving Uber and Lyft, 16 hours a day, 7 days a week.
And what kind of car do you have at this time?
I bought a Prius. I bought a Prius just to drive Uber.
Okay.
Right, while I'm getting my credit. My credit is good when I quit the job now.
Absolutely,
It's getting up there. It's about like, you know, at the time I'm saying good, but it was like 690. So I went and financed me a Prius. I had me a Jeep Wrangler. That's it, 2008 Jeep Wrangler, car note 480. That's high for me at the time. I'm like, damn, 480, that's crazy. It's a 2008 Jeep Wrangler, bro. This was like 2016, 2015 when this happened. I'm like, damn. It's high as a mug. So I had to figure out a way. So luckily, I'm just driving Uber and Lyft, and at the whole time, my credit is going up because I'm leveraging those tips and stuff that I learned and that I learned to use. And then I luckily found out about Raleigh Rides at the time.
AKA?
So, it's called Toro.
Toro now.
So I found out about Toro, and I'm like, yo, they rent out their cars. I could pay for this car note. It wasn't about making a whole bunch of money. So when I really started doing it, I just did it to pay that note. So once I put it on there, this joint making like $3,200 a month, $3,800 a month, like 1 month.
With a note of 480.
With a note of 480. So I'm smacked. I'm like, yo, this one car doing this? I wasn't making that much a month. You know what I'm saying? At my 9 to 5. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. When I was driving Uber and Lyft, I was killing them. I was working the numbers to get the numbers. But I just ain't had no time to do nothing because I had to keep working. And then clearly I'm putting major wear and tear on my Prius because I'm putting that thing to the limit. If you say you gotta go to South Carolina, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? So I was just on my hustle mode. I had to make it work. For me, I was like, I gotta make this work. I quit. A lot of people was telling me that I was dumb. My mom, even my mom. It wasn't because she didn't believe what I was doing. She just liked, the only success she's seen from people who got government jobs, you know, work in the military. She'd never seen a successful entrepreneur, so that's why she said that. So I understand it. So, but she was just wanted the best for me because, you know, government jobs, they got good benefits, right? So
especially coming from the hood, like that's what we know.
We know for a fact that
government,
government jobs got good benefits, and we did. I had some pretty good, some good benefits. I let them joints rock. So I'm out there hustling to the bustle. I got the car going out, and then now I'm like, all right, bet. If I can make $3,200 a month with one joint, what'll happen if I go and just 10x this guy? What if I go put a couple more on the fleet? So I do that. And then when I do it, like I was getting my credit up the whole time. So now I go bust them up. So now I go get a couple. I go get an i8 and a Tesla same day. And I'm like, dang, okay, cool.
So you got an i8 and a Tesla on the same exact day.
Same day. And I'm just like, oh, damn. So then something tell me to just, I'm like, I see a Jeep. Somebody got a Jeep for sale. I don't know the play yet. This is how I learned to play. The reason why I'm so good at what I do in the rental car space is because of all the mistakes that I made and all the experiences that I did. That's why I can tell you every mistake that made me an expert in the rental car game. I can tell you every mistake. So long story short, I went in, I ran my credit report to see if I could even qualify for the Jeep. I was like, let me see how much debt to income ratio is looking like right now in the report. I go look on my report, them cars not even on there yet. All I see on there is my Prius, bro. I say, yo.
It's the game.
Okay. Yeah. So let me go see what'll happen if I apply for this Jeep with this great credit score and nothing on it. Approved.
Facts.
$0 down.
Facts.
2017 Jeep JK. It's 2017. You feel me? So I'm like, I need that guy. So I get the Rubicon. I'm a Jeep guy. I love Jeeps. So at the end of the day, and I didn't even put this in the story. So I was renting out the 2008 Jeep Wrangler, smacking them, and I went and got those 2 cars. So I got to get a GK, the newer one, to replace that '08 joint. So that's why I really wanted to get it. So I get it. Now I see all 3 of them on there, and I'm like, okay. So now I understand. Now after 30 days go by, boom, they hit. Oh.
So here's the game, right? So if y'all didn't catch that, the game is that it takes 30 days for anything that you purchase on credit to show up on your credit report. And most dealerships know that if you apply, if you're buying a car, you're probably going to different dealerships to rate shop. So it's not, uncustomary for somebody to,
have hard inquiries along with shopping around for credit. And also, they tell you that it's all counted as one inquiry when you do that.
Exactly.
I think it's capped.
So
I removed them if they're not attached to account. So that's automatic.
Automatic.
If they not
that's a bar. You say what? If it's not attached to a car.
If it's not attached to an account, any hard inquiry that I got, I remove it completely. That's credit in general. Everybody should do that. Absolutely. If it's not attached to an account, pull that thing off your credit report. These are things you can make phone calls for. You know what I'm saying? This is stuff I teach too as well.
It's a bar.
It's mandatory. That's business credit too. If I'm getting something on business credit and I'm personally guarantoring it, take the hard inquiry on my personal, remove it off of my personal because the account is on my business. It's not attached to nothing. Get that out of here. Where did that come from? That's what I'm acting like. You feel me? So at the end of the day, story-wise,
it's spicy. You get spicy. I'm sorry.
That's what it is. Okay. Nah, but that's what I love about it though, because I love the experiences though, because all of that part made it to where it feels so much better when you start making crazy income from it. So I learned the game. So now I understand how to do it. Now also what I did understand was, with those cars on my credit, it's gonna be more difficult for me to get a house because now my debt to income ratio is wild, right? Because I got all these cars on there. So now I'm doing more research about there's business credit. I gotta get stuff on business credit now. Like, how do you do it? You can't get it if you don't got a business for 2 years. That's 2 years old. I started a business.
Hey, how you guys doing? Hold on, don't press that button because that's what I do every time I'm looking at an ad that I don't want to see. This ad just happened to be life-changing. I just happen to own one of the biggest home healthcare companies in the state of Georgia. I can help you create your own. Just to give you a little bit of insight, I send out registered nurses, LPNs, and CNAs to take care of people inside of the homes that cannot take care of themselves. But guess what? You don't have to have any medical background and you don't have to have any medical knowledge. So if you're wanting to change your life and you have a passion for actually taking care of people, then go ahead and sign up for Home Healthcare Blueprint. I'll see you guys later.
I started taking that revenue and throwing it into an account. You know what I mean? Letting it go through an actual business. I'm doing it through Toro. You know what I'm saying? Then I found out about, I got my Prius sitting there. I'm making enough money that I don't got to drive the Prius no more. So now let's put the Prius on there. So this is where I find the economy play. I put my Prius up for rent per week, right? Weekly minimums on there, Sky, right? $350 to $450 a week. I don't see the Prius again for a year. Wow, right? So I'm like, so now I'm getting income.
Wait. Look, sorry. You say you put the Prius up there, and you put a weekly minimum on it.
Weekly minimum, for sure. So it's like, it's different apps, and it was different. It was a different time. So you can't do all of those same things I was doing now as far as the platform. For sure. But they're going to come for the week. You can literally make it to where you got 2-day minimum, 3-day minimum. And then you can just literally vet your customers as they come and say, this car has to be gone for the week or the trip won't be accepted. They'd be like, bet. You know what I'm saying? So look, bro, I make sure they going. And I don't depend on Toro, because look, Toro is not me.
Right.
I'm the business.
Absolutely.
Hire Car is not me. I'm
Yeah.
the business.
Yeah.
Get around, all of it. It's so many different platforms.
Yeah.
Fetch Truck, right? So I know I got all these platforms that I can put a link in my bio to a link tree, have them join sitting right there where you going directly to my cars. Right. So I already know the marketing tactic of it. I'm putting advertisements on it, marketing on it. So my cars is gonna be gone. So I'm not even gonna go to that part yet. We're gonna stay where the Prius at. So I put the Prius out there. It's eating.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, so now I'm making enough money to pay for cars cash. So I look on like Facebook Marketplace. I look on OfferUp. I look at places like this to buy cars cash. You know, everybody not credit savvy.
Absolutely.
A lot of people go out and buy cars cash because they think that's what they're supposed to do. And then now they need some money because they making decisions like that, right? So now Mitch is in position to go pay $3,000 for a 2013 Prius, 2014 Hyundai Sonata. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, let me get that. Boom, 3,000, 2,000. Guess what they do? Them things pulling $1,600 a month every month. Because I'm putting that at a minimum. Look, I'm putting them at a minimum of $350 to $450 a week.
Right.
And they are gone. I'm talking about literally, I don't even, the economy play is like your foundation to set up your exotics. I find this out by experience. I'm literally renting out. I'm starting to get 2, 3, 4, 5 economy plays. And I got like the 3, 4, 5 luxuries, right? So I got the i8, I got the Tesla, I got the Jeep. They hitters.
Yeah.
They get like 200, 300 a day. Cool, right? The i8 even more. You know what I'm saying? So they my heavy hitters.
Right.
But if they sitting, my economies is still bringing in the money, right? So I was like, man, if I take it up a notch, they ain't even it's not even gonna hurt me if I can't rent out the Lambo. Like, I don't know what the Lambo like. I don't know what a Cullinan will look like. I don't know what it'll look like. So I'm figuring out the game on how you go tier to tier and get cars financed. But it's helping me because I'm starting to generate income. I'm talking about, boy, I'm running it up. I don't even gotta, now it's just, I got more customers than cars. So now you gotta scale up. This is what leads me to get to the joint venture. So I'm like, how can I get more cars? Yo, you know what? I got cousins in Philly that don't even use their credit. I was like, you know what we should do? We should get into joint ventures where I can make you some money and me some money. So your credit is good. You're not using it. You don't drive. Let's go get you some cars. I'm gonna send you this per month. I'm gonna run the cars in my fleet. We're gonna rent them guys out and make money together. Joint venture, right? So now I'm saving money on my debt to income ratio. So now it's not looking crazy. I'm going to you. I'm not gonna put more than 2 on yours either.
Right.
So I'm being responsible with it with yours.
Yeah.
In case you ever do want to use your credit.
Yeah.
You got 2 cars and that's not a big deal. You can go get that crib. So me in particular, I'm signing away from my family to eat now. So I'm like, we all gotta kill it. We all gotta get to it. So I'm spreading out. So I'm expanding my fleet that way on a joint venture method. And then funneling the money from the financing to get cars cash. Economy cars. So now my fleet heavy, right? So, but my fleet heavy, whole time I'm building up my auto loan. I've had the auto loans. So I had the i8 on there, the Jeep on there.
Yeah.
Look, I'm about to get you off bars. Tesla on there. So now I got auto trades on my credit report of over 50,000, over 60,000. So I'm at top tier. So now I found out by going to the dealership and applying, this is how you figure out some things. Sometimes you just gotta go do some things. I told Dave Shands how to get $1 million loan. It's reality. You gotta go apply for it so you can get the underwriting guidelines. So I go to the Lamborghini dealership. I'm like, let me go see what they say. We go put it down there. I go down there and I say, look, I want this Lambo. It's a Huracan. I want a Huracan. What I gotta do to get it? This is how much I make. This is what my credit look like. Credit A1, bro. All right, look, you put down this, your credit already, you got a top tier auto loan in there. You could put down this or you could put down nothing. And your car not gonna be this. I said, now I can get a Lambo. I said, so, and then they broke it down to me. He said, yeah, so you had the highest tier. He said, if you had never had got this i8, you wouldn't be able to get it. Because now they go by tier. So below 20,000, that's like novice credit. But once you got an auto trade on there over 20,000, that's gonna get you to that next 45 to 50,000. Or if you get the i8, it's gonna be 60,000. Even if you get the i8 for 57, the actual loan is gonna go on your report. It's gonna be like 60 because of the APR rate. So over 60. Once you over 60, top tier. So now I can go get me a Wraith. I can go get me a anything, McLaren, whatever. So now I know how to do it. So now all you got to do is have an auto trade on there over 70. We not even going to play no more. We're going to go ahead and set up credit to say that.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? So now every time we building a profile, we building it to get to that 70,000. We get one car, tier 1, and then we trade that one in for tier 2, the 70,000, and now we going lamb chop. Now we going that, right? This is at the beginning. I'm telling you how step by step. I'm telling you step by step how I learned how to do it all via business credit, right? Because at this time, now look, for lenders don't like when you're self-employed. So now remember I told you I started a business. Okay, so now when you're trying to go get these cars, you can get them via the business and personally guarantor it after a certain amount of business history. So if you got a car, it only take a year for real. They say 2. You can go after a year of business and then have that A1 credit to personally guarantor it. But this is what the trick is. They don't like self-employed people. So if I'm the person applying for the car loan, I can't go in there and say I'm self-employed. I own my own business and this. They're not gonna mess with it. Now, what I can say is that I work for my business. Put myself on ADP, put myself on payroll. Now I say I'm about to go get a Lambo. I want to say that I make enough to get a Lambo. So you want to say I'm making $500K. Now my income is like that, but it don't matter because that's not verifiable.
Absolutely,
it's coming from Toro, Hire Car, Fetch Truck, all these different platforms. It's coming from there. It's not stability. Like, you know what I'm saying? But this, what I can do, I can put myself on payroll for my company and pay myself what I need to be saying just for 3 months. It don't got to be, if I'm saying I make $500K a year, $600K a year, I'll put myself on payroll for that amount that's going to equal to that all up through the year, but they only need 3 months of statements, right? Or 3 months of check stubs.
Right.
So I can show that. So most of the time my credit's so A1, they won't ask for it.
Right.
But if they do, I'm ready. So when they did, I was ready. And guess what? Let me get that. And guess what? When they approved me for that one, guess what I did? Went to another one. Went to another lender of mine, like Navy Fed. Let me get another one.
Yo.
You dig what I'm saying? So then when I go to Navy Fed, I'm just telling y'all
how I learned y'all not taking notes. Y'all bugging. You bugging.
And this is real. Like when I speak, I only speak from experience. I don't speak hearsay. So look, I'm telling you how I'm learning this. So I go to Navy Fed. Navy Fed, they explain this to you when you do it, but it goes over people's head. When you apply for a car loan, they literally say this while you're applying for it. If you were not to turn in that title for the car within 90 days, it's going to turn into a personal loan. That's a bar in itself. Okay, so if I don't turn in the title for this car, I mean, if I buy a car and I never send a title to you within 90 days, all you're going to do is turn it into a personal loan? What can I do with that if I'm starting over? If I'm starting over and I got good credit, I'm gonna go straight to Navy Fed and I'm gonna get, when I got the top tier credit, to go get like 80,000. This is gonna be one loan. I can get $80,000 car. I can get a $75,000 car with one loan. So all you gotta do, you go to Car Gurus, pull up a VIN number, right? Pull up a VIN number for the car price you want. You want that $70,000 car? You pull up that VIN number, right? So I pull up this VIN number for $70,000. I go and I tell them, and I apply for it. They approve me for the $7,000. I'm $70,000. You're approved. All right, I'm buying from a private seller. Once they say you're buying from a private seller, guess what? I can put it in your name. You're the private seller. So I can put it in that account. But if you have a business, private seller has a business. I have a business. Push Elite is my business name. Okay, cool. Push Elite is the seller. So I'm gonna put it right into Push Elite's bank account, $70,000 in there. What can I do with that? With one loan, y'all. I can go and get 1, 2, 3, 4 cars off the top with one loan. So now why it's reflecting to my credit bureau as one car loan. So my debt to income ratio looking good. Now I'm starting my rental car fleet. I'm saying if I'm starting over, I'm starting my rental car fleet with one loan with like 3 or 4 cars that's generating income enough to pay that one car note by 10 times over. You feel what I'm saying? So that's how you can literally come in. That's why I teach my students. So you can come in like that and hit them off with one loan and then go get you a crib, whatever you want to do, because you got debt to income ratio looking nice.
Absolutely.
And you can do that on the side. You can do that on the front. You can do it however you want to do it. So that's how you do it. So there's no penalty to it. The APR rate does change from a car loan to a personal loan, but what do you care? You're doing it for business purposes. This is for business for you. This is for you to make money. And just like any business loan that you get is going to have interest on it. You got to pay it back. Take it responsibly. You can go out there and run that play multiple times. Because if you can get one play from Navy Fed, you can get 2. I can have 2 loans, 8 cars. Whoa. That's what we do around this job, bro. So that's how I learned it step by step, and I was able to scale so quick. And I scaled that way with those tips. Now I got a whole fleet, right? So now I'm like, damn, I'm making a lot of money now. How can I take it to the next level? Like I'm a thinker. So now I'm hiring staff. I'm hands off now. How can I scale? I got to get to some of these cities that's hot, man. You know, LA, a hot market. Miami, a hot market, man. And Houston, this is my last affiliation. So I literally was like, oh man, this is how I learned the broker method. I'm giving y'all the bars, man.
You giving big bars.
So this is how I learned the broker method. So basically what they do is, what I did was I just went down there, I built relationships. I found the best way to make relationships is becoming a customer. So I got my own fleet going crazy, right? So I'm in Atlanta making my own way. I'm killing it. I'm getting exotics. I'm getting whatever car I want. And then I'm noticing that I can be killing it in other places because they keep asking me, yo, Mitch, man, I'm going to Miami. I need this. hey man, I'm going to LA, man, you got any cars out there? I was like, I need to have cars out there. So I go and be a customer in Miami. I shot with a certain company down there, and then we build a relationship. I rent from them, I tell them what I do. I was like, man, what you'll charge me if I throw a couple cars in the fleet down here, man? Bring a couple Lambos, a couple whatever you want. He's like, yeah, man, we can split it like this. Oh, word? Okay, cool. So I'll just give you I'll give you the wholesale rate is what we call it. I'll give you the wholesale rate. So if it's a Lambo and it normally go up for $1,500 in Atlanta, I'll let you charge $1,200, and you can eat money on top. You can put that $300 on top for you. So when it's my car, you get $300 on top, and then I'll use your cars and broker, and you give me a wholesale rate too. So now I threw 2 cars down there. My 2 cars is eating. Now I also got their whole fleet to utilize and charge my Atlanta numbers on top of Miami, because Miami is a lower market. It's competitive.
Right.
But guess what? If my customers coming down, they used to paying $1,700 a day, and they go down there and get a Lambo and it's $1,000, I'm getting $700 from a car that's not even mine. So now I got a whole fleet down there with just my 2 cars in there. So I infiltrate the Miami market with it. I go to LA, throw 2 cars out in LA, and then make the same relationship with my boy Mehdi. Me and my boy, we get locked in. Oh yeah, man, you got my whole fleet. I'll give you the wholesale rate, same thing. You can broker cars, send me your guys. Why we stronger together?
Right.
Why not make the money? And then you got my connection, because I got 6 years of business now, customer service A1.
Right.
So if we know that, I'm gonna send you A1 clientele. It's a referral clientele. I'm not gonna send you nobody who's just calling me.
Right.
It's gonna be my clients.
Right.
You're gonna go out there, and now I got cars for them there. So everywhere they going, I'm planning their whole entire vacation out there. So it's a double play. So then I go to Houston, do the same thing, and I'm able to tap these major city markets and actually be able to have my brand out there being promoted and be able to do it in unison with the same thing I'm doing in Atlanta.
Wow.
So I was able to scale. So that's how you go from like making $50,000 a month, $60,000 a month, to making $200,000-$300,000 a month. Every month. You ain't even got to be your cars on it.
Right.
So then you're gonna get in the JVs, and once you get good and you understand how insurance works, you understand how the whole entire game, rental car agreements, everything that could possibly happen, the worst case scenario. If you understand it and you can vocalize it and tell somebody about it, people gonna be beating your door down to put their cars in your fleet. Now you don't even gotta buy cars no more. Now you at the point where the cars are just coming to you.
Wow.
So that's how it happens. That's how you go from A all the way to Z without skipping steps. So that's how I learned the game, but I teach it that way. And,
Yo, wait, that's too many. I don't even know how to unpack that. There's too many bars, right? And so at this point, right? At this point, how many cars do you own within your fleet?
All right, so I used to say I own 50, and then I got 150 in my network. So now I got 47 because I sold 3. You know what I mean? Because right now in the market for cars like Lambos specifically is up. So it's a no-brainer. I can go back and get it. I know I can go get it for free for $0 down, a new one, right? So if I got a 2017, if I got a 2016, 2015 Rolls Royce, I can go ahead and sell it and make an extra $10,000 than I even bought it for. And the whole time I was renting it out, making money on it, that's the best investment ever. Just imagine if you get something off the lot, $0 down, or even $10,000 down, and you make $40,000 a month off the car. I make $40,000 a month with a Lamborghini Urus. If I make that every month, right? Look, they going for. I'm giving y'all real life. I'm gonna give y'all real life. A Lamborghini Urus right now can go from anywhere from $260,000 to $270,000. In 2019, you can buy them joints for $210, right? So if I got one for $210 in 2019, it's 2021. I literally bought one in 2019, rented out the whole time, make $40K a month. At the lowest, I make $30K a month. I'm killing the game. I'm making hella money with these best investment ever to get a Urus. So I'm killing them. And then now the market for it is $270, and I bought it for $210. So now I can sell my car that I've been making money off anyway for $270, go back, take that money, and go get another one brand new, 2021. If you get it from the brand new from the factory, it's cheaper than buying it, used, a 2019 one. You can get it for cheaper. So it's literally, it's just you got to be. It's the entrepreneurial mind.
And so here's what I want people to understand, right? So you're saying you get a car that costs $210,000. You're gonna make $30,000 a month. So in a year, that's with $360,000. That's $360,000 minimum that you're making in 1 year off of
And look, and I'm giving y'all lower numbers because guess what, man? I'm an entrepreneur. Because when All-Star Weekend hit, the cars is there. When the Super Bowl hit, we there. Any type of major event where we supposed to be there making money, those cars gonna be advertised out there wherever that is. That's the best thing about Facebook and Google Ads. I can send them anywhere. I send them right there to Tampa. Send them right there to this year it was clearly Atlanta and Miami. I'm sending them wherever they go. Recession proof. All of them. My cars down there. Everybody who's in recession proof have one of my cars. You do what I'm saying? So on events like that, you can charge higher.
Right.
Clearly, everybody in the city want cars. If they're not available, we can charge what we want. I do the same thing with rooms. So I'm an entrepreneur. So clearly, we've done $100,000 months before. You know.
So wait.
Well, one car.
Yeah.
We've done that.
So inside the vault, man, we gotta get inside the Pushman Mitch mind, right? Because it's not a normal thing, and when I'm using normal lightly, for someone to be able to be willing to take that level of risk, if you look at it as risk. At what point did you look and you say, yo, if I could make this, then let me jump into exotics? Like what gave you the confidence? What gave you the galls? What gave you the audacity to jump into exotics though?
So everything that I've learned about the rental car space was all with experience. I did the rental car game, like I said, for years before I even jumped to exotics. I went to exotics after I've been already doing it for a few years. So now I'm learning how insurance works in every end of it. I understand what uninsured motorist is, with full coverage, comprehensive, all of that stuff. I understand exactly what it is and how liability works, right? So a lot of people don't understand the simplicity of insurance. They don't even understand that liability. Like if you get a car and you own it and you put liability on it, even if you hit somebody, you don't have a deductible. They're just gonna pay for it. Liability is on every insurance plan.
Right.
If you get car insurance, liability is there.
Right.
That's for when you hit the other person. But when you have a deductible, that's for when you actually gonna fix your own car. That's what a deductible for. A lot of people don't know that.
Right.
Some people think, oh, I got a deductible with my insurance, so if I hit you, I gotta pay a deductible. Nah, that's only if your car messed up. You know what I'm saying? So once you understand how it works and how coverage works and how they cover you, then you can be full confident in the rental car game if you understand how to get the policy. So people don't understand. They're like, yeah, I called around to Geico and all of that. I don't know how to get a commercial policy. You got to get what's called an insurance broker. So they in every city, they got different rates for whatever city you in. But you can go Google your insurance broker. They'll go to Progressive because they can't talk. You can't talk to Progressive on that type of tip. They gonna make the policy up for you because it's a broker. So like I got Progressive for my commercial insurance. It's higher car insurance for my rental car agency. So that's literally how I'm able to get the policies made, and they're all unique. But at the end of the day, once you understand that you're gonna be paying a lot of stuff out of pocket if you get into the high level thing, then it ain't gonna matter. But you gotta have the income to back it, which goes back to my foundation with the economy cars. If my Lamborghini Urus, which has a note of like $3 grand, is sitting, if it gets into an accident, we gotta wait for the parts to come from Italy. It's gonna take 2 months. I'm not tripping.
Right.
If I never rent the car out, I'm not tripping because guess what? I got that foundation of economy cars spinning. I'm pulling in 15, 20 grand a month just off economies.
Right.
They gonna just be out. I don't gotta worry about doing maintenance on them. I send the mechanics out. I use yourmechanic.com. Send them straight to their house, do the 3-point inspection, oil change, brakes, everything right there. I don't gotta know nothing about cars.
Right.
Hey, go check on that car. It's been 30 days. Yourmechanic.com. Hey man, they coming to come check on it. Have it outside at 2 p.m. They'll be there. Okay, it's over. I ain't worried about that. So my foundation is good. So now I understand how everything is covered insurance-wise. And the first way I got confident is when I found out about the depreciation of value claims. That's my favorite thing. So if one of my cars get hit, regardless if it's my fault or the other person's fault, you can do what's called a depreciation of value claim on your car if it's repairable. You can't do that if the car is totaled, because it's totaled.
Right.
So now if your car is repaired, when your car gets hit, it goes on Carfax. That brings down the value of the car. So when you go try to sell it, it has an accident, it's worth less, right? So that amount that is worth less is like what the insurance company has to give you. They have to remedy that. So that's the depreciation of value claim. So once you do that and you understand that you can do that regardless if somebody hits me or if I hit them, anytime my car gets into an accident, I'm going to do a depreciation of value claim, right? And it's not nothing that's fraudulent or nothing. It's been in an accident.
Absolutely.
Whoever takes liability, if it's either the person or there, whatever, that insurance company has to handle the depreciation value claim. So I'll give you an example. My BMW i8 got into an accident. It got repaired. The repairs was $25,000. I got $25,000 depreciation value claim. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's $25,000 in my pocket.
Right.
The car's fixed. It goes back out, getting rented out again.
And the car's fixed
money.
based on the insurance paid for that, right?
Yeah, the insurance paid for it.
Right.
They repaired. I'm talking about claims that are approved and someone accepts liability.
Yep.
So once it's accepted and the liability is taken, let's say if you're driving your car, or let's say if you're driving my car, you go get hit, somebody hit you, their company accepts liability, boom, it's hit. We're going to take it straight to the facility. They're going to handle everything. After it's completely fixed, we're going to do a depreciation of value claim. Depreciation of value claim is going to be done by my personal dude, RJ Sweeney, Rec Check Atlanta, tag, Rec Check Atlanta. So my boy, he going to do it for me. He going to do the depreciation of value claim, and then he going to write it all up, send it. We're going to send it to the insurance company. They're going to either approve it or not approve it. They're going to probably come back with a arbitration, try to, we might meet in the middle. If it's 25, you might say, oh, you get 20. Oh, I'll take 20,000. Right. Car fixed, back on the road, making money again, and I got a 20 G's sitting in my pocket for when I sell it. You know what I'm saying? I'm confident.
Woo! Woo! And so now you built this exotic car business. You have this money coming in. What motivated you to now start teaching people the game and, get into that space? Because, a lot of people, once they learn how to make money and they start making money, they kind of want to, they kind of want to keep the game for themselves. But you are, even now though, I'll be honest with you, bro, to be someone who teaches all the game, you gave us a lot of free game. Like, I'm talking about, like, all somebody got to do is really, there's more complexities to it.
Yeah.
But you gave us a lot of game. Where does that come from? Like, what made you comfortable just giving the game?
Honestly, because I understand I think this is my new purpose, though. And this started when I started giving away things. It wasn't even information.
Yeah.
I just started giving away stuff like we did. I know you heard about when me and Neo all them did at Kroger.
Absolutely.
We gave away 40,000.
Yeah.
Man, it's like that right there is like, it's a major impact on you, and it feels different than like receiving anything.
Right.
So giving away the game started, and it was a feeling of giving. It made me feel better.
Yeah.
And then when I started seeing the impact of it, it made me feel even more better. Like I'm changing people's life. Now you really can see it.
Yeah.
Like, and now when I have my students and they telling me how, oh man, thank you so much, man. My family, all our credit is good now. We driving the cars of our dreams. We was able to finally, we never took a trip out of the country. We took our, I'm talking about, I'll be about to cry, bro.
Facts,
and it's just something that I feel like is now my purpose, because now I want to make a million millionaires. That's my goal, and I got to do it. So now I'm gonna give away the game, because it might not be through my course. It might not be through my mentorship. It might just be this interview. It might be a conversation. It might be you telling somebody about me to somebody else, and then them becoming a millionaire. And then clearly the millionaires come when they're teaching their families, and it continues to go on. It don't got to be this generation, but the impact will still be there. So that's my goal now. So that's why I do it.
Yeah, man, and that's powerful, man, because I remember watching one day you were on live just giving game, and it was this young guy, man. He was just talking about how he was just like, yo, thank you so much for the Navy federal play. He said, yo, I was making so much money that I gave my job my 2 weeks notice.
Oh yeah.
And they was like, yo, nah, we good. Right. We don't even want your 2 weeks notice. You can leave right now.
Yeah, he was like,
and he said, thank you. Right? And the admiration and the genuineness in which, like, he was so proud to show you his driveway. To be like, yo, look at my driveway. There's nothing in my driveway, and thank you for that. And I get it, man, because I've been at a space, where, I've blessed people. Sometimes I bless people that I don't even know that I've blessed, but that feeling of being able to do that is powerful. And so when you think about, where Pushman Mitch is today, what advice are you giving your 18-year-old self?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean, only thing I would tell myself is to learn about financial literacy, because I had no knowledge of it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I would tell myself. Because, at the end of the day, I don't think I was ready for this when I was 18. If I would have got it, if I was successful, if I had a business, if I had to control accounts, I wasn't ready. You know what I mean? And I think everything happened to me at the perfect time. You know what I'm saying? Because my mindset was not on trying to become a successful person and changing my family's generational curses. You know what I mean? I didn't care about that.
Yeah.
So me telling my 18-year-old self something would just be learn about financial literacy. Go with your gut, don't go with what people say. Yeah. And that would be it. Because I think everything happened for me in particular, in my case, because all the trials and tribulations that I went through, it was perfect.
Right, absolutely.
Perfect mess ups.
That's a great mindset.
I'm like, man, I remember when I really, really, really wanted to do this.
Yeah.
And if I would have, there would be no way that I ever would have became this, ever.
And that's a bar, right? The perfect mess up.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I'm talking about, it was like, yo, I thought I was, how many times we think that it's over?
Yeah, facts.
We think, oh man, everything's going, I'm not gonna be able to pay the bill, I'm not gonna be able to eat.
Yeah.
And then we still here.
Yeah.
Like I be telling people like, when they be like, oh, I'm scared to take that risk to do this, that, and that. I be like, you live in check to check right now. You're not the income earner that you want to be already.
Yeah.
So if you start a business and it works, then it works. If you don't and it fails, then you can just go back to what you used to.
Right.
It's not like you got a lot to lose.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And even if you do got something to lose, we can always, with what we have, we understand that we can always go out and get a job and be dependent on somebody. And everybody I'm not downplaying 9 to 5s because I had all of them. I had damn near every industry. But what I would say is that at some point in everyone's life, I think they're supposed to bet on themselves and start their own business. Yeah, at some point, because even a doctor or a dentist, you can't pass your trade down to your kids. You know what I mean? You can own a practice, you know what I mean, though, and you can pass that down to your kids, but you can't I can't teach you how to be a doctor just by being my son.
Right.
You got to go do all the work that I did.
Right.
I can't pass that down to you. You might not want that. Most times they won't. Most people don't want to do what their parents did.
Right.
But what I can do is pass down a practice to you. You can hire a doctor to work in the practice, and that can continue to fund our family, you know what I mean? And that business history can continue and all of that, and you can continue to pull from that as a resource. But we all got to bet on ourselves at some point in time. Yeah. So that's why I try to take that risk. I mean, come on. It's plenty of situationships you can be in right now.
Yeah. And I like that. And then so, to that point, there's somebody that's watching this right now who's working that 9 to 5, right? They're working that 9 to 5, and they're in a crossroads where they're trying to figure things out. They might have started a business and they're trying to figure things out. So what advice would you give to the side hustler, right? Like, yo, I got this 9 to 5, I got this side hustle, and I'm trying to figure things out. You know what I'm saying? What would you tell that person?
What I tell people is to change their mindset on what a side hustle is. Ooh. Your side hustle should be your main thing that you're proud of. People be like, they introduce themselves, and like when you say, what do? They so proud to say like, I work at Wells Fargo, but I got a little Airbnb business on the side. You know what I mean? Like, yo, that should be your main thing you should be saying first. If you work at Wells Fargo, you working for somebody else. Your business for yourself should be your main thing. So switch your mindset on what it is that you're trying to do for yourself. But, build momentum first. Before, like, if you want to quit, if your goal is to quit and make your side hustle your main hustle, you already got to change your mindset first, build momentum, and then get ready to jump out there. Because at the end of the day, once you build momentum, that's how you start building a little confidence, and then you already got a little foundation. So that's what I advise. But 2 things you should do anyway before you become a business owner. You should fix your credit, right? Priority number 1. Yeah. Right? Fix your credit, repair that credit, and then start a business. Even if you're not ready to jump yet, have that business already accumulating history. So then when it is time for you to jump, you're already in position. You already had some ages of history on that guy. You already got the LLC foundation set up, EIN number, DUNS number set up. And then when it is time for you to build on yourself, you're already in position. My credit good, I can go personally guarantor some credit cards. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't understand that's how to get funding when you first jump out the cliff. You know what I mean? So a lot of people start businesses and they want, how am I supposed to get funding for this? I'm supposed to save money up. Right. Nah, you can utilize credit. That's why I say fix your credit first. Get your personal credit good. Then when you go start a business, you go get funding for that business, you get in credit card, you personally guarantor it, you can go to 5 banks and do that. So you know what I'm saying? So if I get one credit card for $20,000, damn near, they're gonna give me another one. So if I go to Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Chase, hit them all with my credit card, apply for a credit card and use my my personal credit, they going, not only is those accounts going to be to the business and I can just take the hard inquiries off, I'm going to have funding to start off. I can get inventory for my business. Yeah. I can pay for advertisements, all of that stuff like that, pay for my staff to start working in there. Yeah. So I can come into business as a boss, not an owner operator, just an owner. Right. So I already got the funding. You go over there, you good at what, man, I'm going to hire you. You're going to run the front. Yeah. I'm going to pay for all of this stuff. I'm going to run the ads because I already got funding and credit. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why you should be in position already. Yeah. So your business can scale as it's supposed to. Yeah. You know what I mean? You come in as an owner. When you come in with the mindset of being an owner operator, like, oh, I'm gonna work in there for a little while, then I'll hire out. Nah, come in there like a boss. You know what I mean? When you're gonna have to start a company. We already did all the legwork for years working for other people. Absolutely. Just keep that mindset, install what you learned customer service wise, consistency and all of that, right? Doing good business, install that into all your staff. Man, the business will do fine. Man, you know what I mean? And
that's a bar. Like I don't want nobody to miss the credit bar, because this is like their second time saying this, right? And so what people don't understand is that as it relates to your credit, the hard inquiries shows that anybody who wants to, or a bank or a credit card company that wants to give you money, a hard inquiry just means that they could tell every time you applied for something. And so you're saying when you take out, you apply for something, that credit, you get that hard inquiry, the credit is going towards the business, but you're personally guaranteeing it. And so now you can go and get that hard inquiry removed from your personal credit because it's to the business. So now you go to another bank and you apply. They're going to pull your credit, but they're not going to see the hard inquiry. So in essence, they're not even going to see that you applied for something else. And most likely, because you worked on your credit, you got your credit up there. Now you have the great credit. They'll give you the credit, and then.
All right, so if I'm gonna take a student and I'm gonna give them a consultation on what their business should look like, they should have their credit together, right? If they got a 750 credit score, they go ahead and start their business. I'm gonna say just go to 3 banks, get 3 different credit cards for each bank. Now, if you got a credit line on already for like $30,000, that's what they're gonna start you at, really. So you might get three cards for $30,000. That's $90,000. That's your startup funding. So if I'm gonna say, look, you wanna start a company, like if you wanna look for inventory, you can go to Alibaba.com. If you wanna go to get a kiosk in the mall, go see what it is to lease a kiosk in the mall for like 6 months. You can get all your inventory from Alibaba. If you wanna start a sunglass little stand, you can get 2 of them if you want with that credit card. It's $90,000. Because Alibaba got everything. You can get stuff for like $2 a shirt. 20 cents a chain, you can have a whole necklace. I know y'all see them in the mall when y'all walk through. Yeah. You walk through the mall, you see 3, 4, 5 kiosks. They making money though. You know what I mean? So if you can start a t-shirt printing business right there in the kiosk, start you a little a necklace joint, a sunglass joint, getting all your inventory from Alibaba shipped over from overseas, get everything in there. You set up right now. You got walk-by business because malls is busy on the weekend, and then you're gonna get the weekday walk-by business, and you can pay for advertisements because guess what? You got $90,000 in funding. I'm gonna be running ads saying this is the best necklace place in the world. Make sure you come here to shop with me. I got sunglasses. Look, man, come on, bro. I gotta do this in my sleep. And if you're consistent and you literally get your business street cred up, people don't understand the power of the business street cred. We want everybody to support our business as soon as we pop in, like, I just started a business. You should be supporting me right now. And then we really concerned about our family and friends supporting them. Did I start a business for my mom and my friends to pay me? You might just pay me right now. It's not their job to. Everybody got their own stuff going on. It's not because they don't support you. It's just because you got to build up your business street cred. And a lot of people will be like, oh man, and everybody jumped on the bandwagon after I got. No, it's because you built it up. It's going 3 things going to happen. You're going to build up your credit and stuff like that for your business as time goes on. So as you leveraging it, they're going to give you more funding. So your business is going to get bigger. You're going to start building consistency. People going to know they can depend on you to be there when you pick up the phone. It's not just 1 month. 1 month you had an eyelash company, and then I try to hit you for, I got to work shift on 8. You ain't really doing it. So you got to be consistent for a certain amount of time, and then you're going to look up. Now you done built a book of business. You got customers. You done build consistency, integrity, and your name is out there, and now you're going to see people more supporting you because you've been doing it for so long. It's just something that happens naturally by being consistent and sticking through. But people want everything right away because of the social media instant gratification thing, but they don't know if they stick that extra amount of days instead of just quitting after 1-2 months when they don't see the money coming in yet, that they about to hit that breakthrough. They just got to keep that business street cred going and then bust it. That's it.
Yeah, no, I love that. And so we are inside the vault, right? So I wanna, start to talk a little bit about just a little bit about some of your money, right? And so when we think about, so now you at a space, you bring it in bank, you're making great money. What would you say is the most extravagant thing you've done with money so far?
Extravagant?
Yeah.
Most extravagant thing I've done? Dang, that's a good question, bro.
Yeah.
Gee, I just say this watch.
Okay.
This joint was crazy.
Yeah.
That was the most extravagant, but it's free.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
but it's free. It's a write-off. Business get Pushman, Mitch, and engraved under their guy.
Ooh.
It's a business thing. I definitely use it as an advertisement to show people how to utilize their credit to buy things. So it's written off, bought it under the business.
And so, when I tell you, you're dropping some bar. And so, what would you say is the most impactful thing you've done with money?
Ooh, I think that Kroger thing. I think because it made CNN and all that stuff like that. That was super dope. It impacted a lot of people.
And explain to people who didn't see it. What happened?
So a group of us, man, led by Neo, Him 500, Zoda Gold, a lot of my other friends who was Gooch. we all went out and just randomly was like, we wanted to give back. It was close to like Thanksgiving time, and a lot of people struggle with groceries and stuff like that. We're in a position to where we can make an impact if we help out. So we went to like a lower income neighborhood, went to a Kroger. We pulled out a lot of our exotic cars, like I had a Lambo out there, you know, Gooch, all them M500 McLarens and Wraiths. We did that for 2 reasons, like to inspire people to see that you don't have to be a basketball player, rapper, drug dealer to make income and then make an impact in your community as well. Because a lot of times that's what we see, giving back turkeys and stuff in the neighborhood, but we just entrepreneurs. And we came together as a collective and did that. So we just paid for everybody groceries for about 2 or 3 hours, and we just let the machines run out. I know they cut off a couple of my credit cards. They thought it was fraud going on, and I'm swiping. But yeah, so we definitely, it was super dope, and it happened to get on CNN and all the news stations and Baller Alert and all that cool stuff. I mean, we didn't do it for it to get on the news, but it was dope because, you know, at the end of the day, a lot of people be like, oh, y'all posting this is for clout. But what you got to understand is that some people are inspired differently.
Absolutely.
So like me, you know, all of these challenges where we still in and running out of the store, boom gang and all that crazy stuff like that. But we could be doing stuff like where, oh man, I seen, you know, Mitch out there giving back. I want to go do that in my neighborhood. And that's what happened. Because, you know, my boy, Detroit Mogul, he did it out there in Detroit. They did it real crazy, and a lot of people did it in Philly. It was inspiring. It did what we wanted it to do too. So you would like just ask me, you know what, man, I'm gonna go back to Harlem. You know what I'm saying? And just go. But now, you know, like I said, Harlem the burbs now. So we don't get to do that. But you know, at the end of the day, because we can do it, it's super dope, and we gonna make that impact. We got the kids like rev up the engines. You know what I mean? So just imagine, like I never seen nothing like that in Philly. I never seen a Lambo until like I was grown. You know what I mean? Even touch one. So you know, to be able to let them kids, you know, get inside of them, see what they look like. We ask them which one they want because they can get it, but they don't know it. You know what I'm saying? They got to see a different way. If they see entrepreneurship as a way, you know, now it might be changing the mindset of, man, maybe I don't gotta be real good at sports. Maybe I don't gotta be able to sing or rap. You know what I mean? And or act or whatever. So you know, it's another way. And I'll follow these guys and be able to tap into what they got going on, and maybe that might be the way to change my family situation. So it was a real impactful situation. It impacted us crazy. I'm talking about, I was super emotional. People crying. You know what I mean? So that triggered me to even be wanting to create a super dope course and mentorship and, you know, being able to go on podcasts and share what I have going on to be able to inspire that next person to start up that thing that they've been thinking about starting and then attack it with their first mind. People don't know the power of that first mind is real serious because when you first get an idea, it's the best time to jump on it. Because if you don't, you're gonna let other people infect your decisions, impact it. Because we always ask advice from people who don't have no business getting advice from them. Like I don't need to ask you about cars, bro. I'm not gonna be like, Ash, man, how I get a Ferrari, bro? I'm trying to get it. Because you might be like, oh man, you know, Ferrari, man. And then like, you know what? I don't want it then. Because you said that. So you know, we gotta attack with our first mind. I'm like, say I want to start an Airbnb business, and you might say, man, don't you think it's oversaturated? And I'm like, you're right. I ain't gonna start it. You know what I'm saying? That's all it takes. Instead of just doing that, I should just start it. And then you're gonna look up, you killing them, you flooding them. Because guess what? 2 things everybody gonna need. Place to stay and something to drive. Always. So it's a good business to get into. And there's no such thing as saturation. If you understand that you're the business ain't you. You know what I mean? Because ain't no other Mitch. It's just me. They ain't gonna be able to move like me. Trust me. I mean, I got my own network of people that I know. I got my own way I do business. I got my own human connection and experience I give you when you do business with me. So there's only me. So there's only you when you start your business. So don't never worry about other people. Don't never worry about saturation. It's a myth. It's cap.
I love it. All right, we're gonna do a lightning round. I'm gonna do 3 words or 3 banking terms. We're gonna flip them a little bit. So the first term I'm gonna do is deposit slip, right? And so in the bank, when you walk into a bank, a deposit slip is money that you're depositing into an account. But for us, deposit slips are mistakes that you've done with money. So what would you say is the biggest deposit slip that you've made with money?
Biggest deposit slip I made with money. Not investing into Ethereum when I was told to invest in Ethereum.
That's
even though it's still a great time.
Absolutely.
But because it's still undervalued.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Ethereum was brought to me by a very credible source 3 years ago.
Wow, 3 years ago. Wow.
And I didn't know nothing about blockchain technology. I ain't know nothing about that. But you're gonna get a lot of people saying that, especially right now because of the people that are having success in crypto.
Absolutely.
But I should have invested in it. And I had the bread. Like I had bread and we were talking about it. and I should have did it.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Yep.
we still good.
Absolutely. Charge off, right? So a charge off, I mean, you know what a charge off is. Somebody takes money out from a credit card, they don't pay it back. The bank is trying to figure out how to get the money back. Eventually they charge it off. But for us inside the vault, the charge off is, what type of people or mindsets did you have to charge off on your journey?
People in general, I had to charge off a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, man, it's power and proximity. So I understood that early. I always been low-key a leader, not a follower. I say that because I don't really have vices. I don't smoke. I don't drink. You know what I mean? I don't really follow the crowd. I don't have a vice with women. So me in particular, I can sit back and analyze everything. And I had to make that decision, like, that if I wanted to be ordinary or extraordinary. And when my answer was extraordinary, I had to say, I'm going to do extraordinary things that people who are extraordinary do, like millionaires. So I'm looking back and I'm seeing the people around me and I'm seeing what they're doing. I'm literally watching them. Like, guys I grew up with and what was the focus. And it wasn't what I wanted. So I had to, distance myself from that. So I had to charge off a lot of close friends. And to make it make sense for me to be able to get in a position to be the messenger to change their mindset. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So that messenger piece is real important because I didn't even understand it. That's why I talked about earlier when I talked about the guy who changed my life at the jail. And shout out to my chief, Chief Labat. He's the reason why I went to the meeting. So also another very impactful guy. But long story short, like people try to to make their wife or their husband fix their credit or start a business or believe in themselves. And then it's very hard to do it when you're not doing it. So how I'm going to tell you to fix your credit if my credit ain't fixed? How I'm going to tell you to become an entrepreneur and start a business, but I ain't start no business. It's just literally the messenger. You got to become the messenger that they can receive it from. You know what I mean? So that's why I fix my credit and then I'm like, yo, all you got to do is this. You know what I mean?
And so I don't want people to miss that, right? And so you're practically saying, instead of trying to hear something, then relay it to somebody else to try to hear it, do it, become it, then come back and motivate them by you doing it, not by you hearing it and telling them.
Exactly. So you lead them by example. A lot of people are more, they watch people's feet more than their mouths because everybody talk. But you got to walk. You got to walk too. So why not become the person who they can receive it from? If I go out and make a meal and I'll be like, sure, I just made a meal. Let me show you how to get busy. You're going to be like, I'm paying attention.
Absolutely.
It's a lot different than like, this dude made $1 million doing this. And then we just talk about it.
Right.
I didn't do it.
Yeah. Honestly, you know what it sound like? It sound like network marketing. I'll be honest with you, right? It'd be like, somebody come to me, and no disrespect to network marketing, because I know a lot of friends that make a lot of money killing in network marketing. But I remember I used to be on the come up. And people used to be like, oh, you look very sharp. You should join this network marketing. Let me show you my leader's foreign. Oh, he got a bit. Like, I want to see I want to see, hey, Bentley. Wait, show me your Bentley.
No, and they really do that. They be like, oh, yeah, he does this. The leader of the company has this, and the third. He has a private jet. He lives in Dubai. But where's
yours? Like, how you trying to convince me to do something? And then they get mad. They get mad when I'm not doing it. Like, show me your success.
Right.
I know you and you know me, and then you're coming to me to tell me to do something because I could get a Bentley. I want to see your Bentley first. Don't show me your leader's Bentley or the person on your on your upline's Bentley. Show me your Bentley. And so
that's reality.
Yeah, that's a fact. And I love what you said, right? People will watch your feet more than they watch your mouth.
For real. It's reality. Because they can receive the message now. I got so many people that I was telling that credit, the way I was doing my credit, the way I was getting cars, the way I was putting them on tour and making a killing. I was telling people how I was going to do it way before I was getting busy. They couldn't hear me. Then now when they see me, they hear me. Then not only that, they reaching out to me.
300 million later. You know what I'm saying?
They reaching out to me because they watching my feet. So now I can go back and speak and the words are hidden.
Absolutely.
Just like even my mom. Like my mom, I'm telling you, like my mom told me, and I love my mom. She just she's never seen a successful entrepreneur.
Absolutely.
So that's the reason she said that I was dumb for quitting.
Right.
But now she's reaching out to me for advice.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? In different ways. She want to put cars on the street.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people do because it's a no-brainer. Our cars sit in the driveway most of the day.
Absolutely.
We drive to work, we park it 8 hours. We take it home, we do park overnight. But imagine if literally I could take an Uber, pay $7 to go to work, and I'm making $100 a day. It's different. I mean, it's just, to me, I'm a leverage guy. I would prefer to live for free, have a place that I rent out that pays for my place where I live. It's free. I'd rather drive a car, rent out my car, and then drive the car of my dream for free. I'd rather fly, use my credit, use my rewards points, flying for free. Stay in my hotel for free. Why not? I gotta, if I'm
Watch.
Yeah, for free.
For free.
Right?
Let's go.
It's really, people don't, it's really gonna go over their head. It's really for free.
Yeah.
It's really for free. And y'all don't even know. I got the receipt, the box, everything.
Yeah.
So
That's a
yeah,
nice
it's
watch though,
written up, bro. I love it. This is dope.
Yeah.
This is dope. And I'm not even a watch bull like that, to be
yeah.
honest. And I recently, not even Rolexes, like I recently just started liking watches and collecting them for how they look to have in my room and having that little spin case.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't even really, I'm not even a
Yeah.
watch bull like
Yeah.
that. But I understand how advertisement works and marketing works. So this is why you get these things, these status symbols.
Right.
It's simple. I mean, sometimes people, you got to become that messenger they want to see. It's like Muhammad Ali used to say. He's like, man, I want people to come join the church and all of that.
Yeah.
But if I'm rolling around in a little Toyota, they ain't
absolutely.
gonna mess with me. But if I come through in a Rolls Royce, it's a whole different story.
Yeah. Now it's so funny you say that, and we gonna wrap up. But it's funny because I remember. So I went to go speak in Atlanta. One of my boys, fast shout out to my guy JT, 401 Academy. I went to go speak, right? And when we went to go speak to some boys in, some young men in Atlanta. What was I driving at the time? I want to say I was driving like a Ford. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start doing exotics, but I wasn't doing exotics, and so I had like a Ford. And then the friend of mine who, not for comparisons, but I'm more successful than, had like a Bentley, right? He had an Audi. And so we went to go speak. And so as we're speaking to them, they was like, yo, what kind of car you drive? And I was like, oh yeah, I got the Ford or whatever. And then my guy was like, yo, yeah, I got the Audi. And they off was flocking to him. Right. Was like, yo, I got the Audi, you got the Audi. And at that moment though, I understood. I was like, man, I was like, even though for me, it was just a decision, right? Because I could afford, I could afford it, but I was like, oh, this is why I need the Wraith. This is why I need the Rolex. This is right, because at the end of the day, and I know there's a lot from a financial literacy standpoint, that sometimes you got to put the medicine in the candy, right? Yeah. And so if the candy is the watch, if the candy is the Wraith, if the candy is what they already know, now I can put the medicine in it, which is why, by the time this comes out, I'll be in an exotic game.
Nah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? but this is why, right? And so I appreciate that. All right, last one, and then I want to give our people a special offer, right? I want to make sure that people connect with you and be able to get all this game, because obviously, if you watch this interview and you see, man, this guy know what he's talking about. I've been in the finance game for over 20 years, right? And this guy just taught me some stuff that I already knew, but he kind of put it in a different way that I'm like, so if you want the game, we got a special offer for you. But last term we're gonna use is ATM. ATM is the machine you go to get some money. But for us, ATM is another teachable moment. You dropped a lot of bars, but give us one more. Another teachable moment. Something that you learned on your journey that can help somebody watching this right now.
Okay. Power and proximity, bro. The relationships is the number one thing, nothing more important. I put it I put it relationships, education, credit, cash in that order. The relationships that I've built is the reason why I'm so successful. And that's how I'm able to scale, get wherever I be. That's how I'm able to be onto this podcast. That's why I'm able to be in the rooms that I've been in, hear about the Ethereums and hear about the different opportunities. Is building relationships. So keep your face clean and make sure that you understand how you make people feel after they encounter you. You get what I mean? So the way it's more than, I call it social currency. But your social currency might be the most important thing that you'll ever have in your life, because credit can go, cash can go, but your face and your social currency can last forever. It's an impact, right? Yeah. So first impressions is crazy, but also your second impressions is just as good. So you got to keep that face clean. So make sure y'all always do that. Make sure every time you speak to people, you talk to them, you uplift them. Make sure you give compliments. People love compliments just like you do. So, if I say, man, yo, Ash Cast, them shoes is crazy. When I first meet you, guess what you're going to be like? Yo, I like your shoes too. And it's automatic. Now the energy is there, right? So every time you meet people, think about how people feel after they encounter you. And if it's not a good thing, if you know that it's not good and you're not putting out that type of energy, you might want to switch up your swag, because that'll take you farther than anything I can ever teach you.
That's a big bar. Yo, Pushman Mitch. So look, I got. So if you know, fast shout to my guy VI, right? So I got my paid in full shirt. Y'all probably didn't even peep it. I got my paid in full shirt. Money making Mitch. If you know, right?
Sure.
So fast shout Pushman Mitch. Make sure you check him out. Listen, we got a special offer for you. Make sure y'all go to pushmanvault.com. All of the game, right? All of the game that he is dropping right now. He's giving that, like, listen, if you were blessed by this interview for free, imagine what you're going to get inside of his mastermind. Imagine what you're going to get when you get on a coaching call. Imagine what you're going to get when you invest in him. Imagine how much he's going to invest in you because he invested in you already and he don't even know you yet.
Yes, sir.
Pushmanvault.com. Make sure you tap in. Yo, if people wanted to connect with you, where can they find you?
You can find me on all platforms at Pushman Mitch. Instagram specifically, that's where my main handle is. But my actual business page is Push Exotics Atlanta. So if you want to get a car when you come into Atlanta, Miami, Houston, LA, tap in with your boy. You know what the vibe's like.
We about to close the vault. Tap in. I'll see y'all next time. I promise you, we're going to keep dropping bars, dropping heat. We're going to bring you people that are going to be impactful, who are going to help you change your whole entire life. I appreciate y'all. This is Ash Cash. I'll see y'all next time. In God's will, peace.
Oh yeah. You want Ash Cash, you can catch it right here in the ball.